You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
Hi, I'm Mike, founder of DollarShaveClub.com. What is DollarShaveClub.com? Well, for $1 a month, we send high-quality razors right to your door. Yeah, $1. Are the blades any good? No. Our blades are f***ing great. Each razor has stainless steel blades, an aloe vera lubricating strip, and a pivot head. It's so gentle a toddler could use it. And do you like spending $20 a month on brand name razors? 19 go to Roger Federer. I'm good at tennis. And do you think your razor needs a vibrating handle, a flashlight, a back scratcher, and 10 blades? Your handsome-ass grandfather had 1 blade and polio. Looking good, pop-up! Stop paying for shave tech you don't need. And stop forgetting to buy your blades every month. Alejandro and I are going to ship them right to you.
I just sent you a link.
We're not just selling razors, we're also making new jobs. Alejandro, what were you doing last month?
Not working.
What are you doing now?
Working.
I'm no Vanderbilt, but this train makes hay. So stop forgetting to buy your blades every month and start deciding where you're going to stack all those dollar bills I'm saving you. We are DollarShaveClub.com, and the party is on.
I know karate, I know jiu-jitsu, I drive like a gangster when I'm coming to see you, see you, see you, see you.
My son was in the Army back during Desert Storm, but even then he wanted an MBA. He looked at a dozen schools, but only one offered the online education and flexibility he needed while he was in a tent in Iraq. Grantham University. Turns out that Grantham's been delivering affordable, relevant college and advanced degrees for over 65 years. Heck, if they can deliver a quality education to a soldier in a tent overseas, think about the flexibility Grantham can offer you so you can earn your degree too. It doesn't matter how complicated or full your life is. If getting a degree is on your bucket list, you'll want to do what my son did. You'll want to call Grantham. Find out how easy it is to get started on your education so you can check that college degree off your bucket list. Call Grantham right now. 800-910-1370. That's 800-910-1370. Flexible, affordable, relevant. Call 800-910-1370.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-783-0810 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-783-0810. Again, that's 800-783-0810.
The following program contains coarse language and adult themes. Listener discretion is advised.
Yeah, you're not doing AOTR after us as often as you were.
guns and money. Dad, get me out of this. Ha!
Uh-oh. Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody?
It is Wednesday, my dudes. Otherwise known as Chat Live's Matter Night, right here live on KLRN Radio. We are your closing act for the evening, so if you're just joining us, where the hell have you been for the last 3 hours? No, I'm just playing. All right, I am one half of the crew, Mr. Rick Robinson. He's the other half, Mr. Ordy Packard. And I don't know, for some reason it feels like it's been a while since we did this one, but I think it's just because there's so much extra crap we've been doing lately.
It's been a whole week.
Is it really?
It's been a half fortnight.
Why does it feel like it's been longer? All the election stuff has me like all kinds of turned around and discombobulated. So
No, wait. We didn't do the show last week.
yeah, I was gonna say I think we did.
No, I was doing my colonoscopy prep then.
Yeah, that's right. Because I was like, you were supposed to be with us and then you didn't. Yeah, anyway. But
Yeah, I apparently there's some secret society. You know, it's some club that you don't actually tell anyone how bad the prep is. But I wasn't read in on that secret, so let me tell you a little something. The prep is 100 times worse than the procedure.
yeah,
it is just.
No, I concur.
The procedure is you're out. It's fine. Whatever. You know, it is what it is. But holy fuck, the prep. Ugh. Nightmare fuel. It is so bad. So I accidentally bought for my mix. I thought I was just getting lemon lime Gatorade. I got lime cucumber Gatorade. At first, this isn't bad. I could get on board with this. This is kind of refreshing. Halfway into the night, if I can't even I can't smell cucumbers anymore right now because of it. So the taste buds giveth and the taste buds taketh away. How are you? What's going on with you?
I am doing all right. Sorry, I got distracted when you were talking and realized I had a typo in a saved headline. I was like, oh, I need to fix that because those don't get fixed anymore. But yeah, so no, I'm doing all right. It's been an interesting few days. Watching everybody melt down after the Iowa primary has been fun. Or caucus, they don't primary there anyway. But yeah, fun times. Fun times.
Yeah.
And then all the behind closed doors sessions with Dr. Fauci, where he's admitted that everything that we were told for years was conspiracy theory was actually conspiracy fact, has been fun. Am I the only one who's getting really tired of everything we've ever been told was conspiracy theory actually being conspiracy fact?
No, because that does our weekend show wonders.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to do some
at this point, it's not conspiratainment; it's the news.
I was gonna say, I mean, dude, I mean, we suspected it, right? Because
right.
You had scientists coming out saying, "Hey, this doesn't make any sense. This thing has synthetic spike proteins, and those don't. That's not natural." And then, of course, they get silenced. They get blackballed. They get censored to death. The license is yanked. All the above, whatever, just to shut them up. And then, to like this week alone, dude was behind closed doors saying, "Yeah, the lab leak's a possibility." Oh, and the 6 feet to slow the spread thing, we have no idea where that shit came from. It just kind of evolved, and we ran with it. So the entire reason you made everybody stay home was just for shits and giggles.
Pretty much.
Fun times.
But so that will not move the needle one bit. Because we all already knew, and those who need to hear it are just going to continue saying it was a conspiracy.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that honestly irritates me about all of that is knowing, and I put out a couple of tweets about this today, but knowing what we know now, Donald Trump could have saved everybody a lot of heartache, bullshit, and everything else if at some point he would have just come out and said, "Look, I got played by the establishment. This is what happened, and this is what we need to do to fix it." But he ain't ever gonna do that because he can't, because that would just, he had the ego that ate the Big Apple can't do that. And it's just annoying as hell to think about that, because he could have unruffled so many feathers if he would have just been like, for the people that are pissed off about the fact that it looks like he's going to be the anointed one, whether they want him to be or not, because at this point, unless a major trajectory changes happen before Super Tuesday, the writing's already pretty much on the wall. And I hate to be that guy, because I don't want him either. I did not have the Odd Couple Round 2 on my 2024 bingo card, but it looks like that's where we are. But he could have made a lot of the people that are pissed off at him a lot less pissed off if, after 2 months of watching Fauci make a fool of him, if he would have just said, you know what, here's the thing. This is what we know now. These people were talking out of their ass, and this is why they're fired. But he didn't do that because he thought if he kept playing nice with the establishment that he could convince Democrats to vote for him in 2020. And nobody with a D behind their name votes for an R anymore unless it's an open primary and they can flip the script. Just saying.
Exactly.
I don't know. I'm over all of it, and it's funny because now I'm actually doing this stuff full time, and every once in a while I have this recurring thought of, why did I decide I wanted to do this all the time again? It's fucking insane. But here I am, living the dream.
Hey, yeah.
But yeah, so in other news, I thought Geraldo retired. But apparently he's working for News Nation now, and he has thoughts regarding Iowa, so that will be written up in the next day or so.
How can we miss you if you won't go away, Jerry?
I don't know. I've been picking on Rob Reiner a lot lately, so I was like, you know what? I forgot. Geraldo's actually working for News Nation. Let's go see what's on his timeline. And, of course, gold within like 2 seconds. So snagged it before anybody else did.
Nice.
Oh. Then I've got another one, because, Joe Biden, to hell with the border, we're going after junk fees. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now he's decided he's going to limit overdraft fees.
Oh, is that? Okay.
Yeah, apparently he's going to save average Americans who suffer from excessive overdraft fees up to $150 a year.
Why do they have excessive overdraft fees, Joe?
Because their money's worth about 2/3 of what it was before, which means it's about worth almost 75% less than it was when you and I were kids.
Yeah. I mean, you look at things like, an insanely expensive computer in 1984 was $600.
Uh-huh.
Which is funny. We've come full circle that, you can buy stupid cheap computers for the same price now. But, it is, oh, hey, look, computers really haven't changed that much in the last 40 years. Well, I mean, you cite other than, power, CPUs, they're totally the same now as they were then. It's just like buying a Camaro.
Like you said, in the 80s, it was about $600. In the 90s, when I was finally able to afford my first computer, it was $1,500.
Yeah, I think the computer I bought out of the back, my first post Commodore 64 and everything else, computer I bought out of the back of Computer Shopper was about $1,500 as well.
Yeah,
Pentium, y'all.
Yeah, it was top of the line at the time. It was Pentium. It had I don't remember. They made a big deal about it having like 2 or 3.
You're never going to need more than 256K of RAM ever.
Yeah, I was going to say, they made a big deal about having like 200, 200 or 300 K of RAM at the time, and then it had the whole modem, so you got the whole sounds from hell. You've got mail. Anyway, but yeah. No, I mean the only other bright spot I had today, I didn't go into it as deep as apparently you did, but I did hear some audio and watch a video from the WEF today, where dude was like, fuck the government, you guys are in charge, take your shit back.
Well, okay, so I got to thank Jeff for turning me on to the Cliff's condensed notes, because it's like I had been meaning to get to it all night and shit kept getting in my way so I could speak absolutely intelligently on the topic of what Javier Milei said at the WEF today. So he sent me to Count Duncombe's Cliff's notes, and reading that and from getting able to watch what I was able to watch, the bugs are going to nuke Buenos Aires.
Well, I mean, we already knew that. It was in the
For
script.
those of you not getting that joke on Twitter, Buenos Aires is the capital of Argentina. Argentina. It's Norwegia. It's the capital of Argentina, and Xavier, he's the president of Argentina.
Yeah.
The man who told the WEF taxation is theft.
He's my new hero. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and so like all the other world leaders, they all fly in their $50 million private jets. He took fuck, I cannot speak tonight. Lufthansa. Jesus.
Oh, so see that's another thing that really kind of just pisses me off about us as a nation. The president of the United States has an entire converted like 747 wide body. With technology the way it is now, we could do that shit in a Lear. I'm just saying.
Well, okay. Yes, but most of Reagan's 747, God, that thing is sweet too. It's not just CNC, but it's also countermeasures.
Oh, I know. I understand. I'm just saying, with as small as technology's gotten, we could find a cheaper way to do a lot of that stuff if we really wanted to. But,
Okay, I'll say this about Air Force One. It is our big flying dick going to another country. Okay, big dick energy landing at their airport. There's nothing bigger than a 747 wide.
Well,
so
all I'm going to say is, with the guy who's currently in charge of it, I don't care what he's landing in, there ain't no big dick energy.
Well, yeah, that's true. But still.
Short shriveled into the left with that guy flying in it. Just saying.
So yeah, in that thread, I mean, some people were getting it.
Well, I mean, first of all, it's
pretty low.
It's a movie reference for
nobody's
one.
really watching the WEF,
Well, it's a movie reference for one. That's the part that confused me about.
That's what everybody's getting, but they're thinking it's the, the not whatever. Disappointed in some of you, not all of you,
just
not even most. Some,
just some of you. Some of you we've expected it from.
But also at the WEF today. God, where is that chick? Oh yeah, Harvard professor. What's her name? This is funny.
Why did she call me out like that? Nerd.
Naomi Orskis, whoever the fuck that is, says that X has a scary name.
No, it has an autistic name.
It's a toxic place with a scary name. It's literally a letter from the alphabet, said Musk.
I do find it interesting that he's fixated on the letter X, though.
Yeah, okay, so yes, because aside from like boring and not a flamethrower, almost all of his companies have X in it.
Yep. SpaceX, X. I don't know. It honestly, there was a friend of mine growing up before we really knew what it was, who we found out years later was on the spectrum, and he was like completely fixated with, like, I don't remember what letter it was. It was like S, I think. Just that letter tripped. It was just that was his jam, dude. Anytime he saw anything with an S in it, he was pointing to it. S just everywhere, and I'm like, so is this just more proof that he's on the spectrum? Because everybody's kind of wondered that.
No, he's actually said he's on the spectrum, which I love too, because he's on the spectrum and he allows people to use retard, like people like me, to use retard as a comma.
Well, I mean, as God intended.
As God intended, yes.
Well, in your case,
ex-wife,
as the universe intended.
Well, Yeah, okay, so I have neither proof for nor against.
I know. I was just being facetious.
Because proof denies faith, and without faith, God is nothing. But, says man, the Babelfish is a dead giveaway, isn't it? It proves you exist, and so therefore you don't, QED.
Oh, now you have Latin phrases running through my head. I hate you.
Yes, well, that's normal.
But that's my fault, because I'm a nerd that uses Latin for fun, so... That, and it triggered a memory from a Monk episode, because he used that a lot.
Yeah, it's okay. So those who are getting it in the thread, they really don't want a fanboy for a politician. And I really thought that when this dude first came in, I thought he was just going to be some cringy fucking, groper type. Roper type, and because like the Mises Caucus was all for him, and they're just like low key. Anyway, so not trying to fanboy, but that was just erotic. It's like how Duncan said he Trojan horsed him. He goes there and he's talking about everything all the bad things of collectivism and everything the WEF does without actually saying the WEF. So, I mean, he's just basically there pointing his finger at him, but just gripping the side of the podium and not saying them by name.
So much fun. It really
that about wraps it up for God.
It really was fun to watch today, though. I didn't get to watch as much of it as I wanted to, but I was like, "Oh, that is so awesome." And then, of course, everybody's. But that's the other thing, right? So that's the new talking point for the right, as far as why everybody's so afraid that Trump would be elected again, is because he would pull us out of the WEF and everything else. I'm like,
good.
Did he do it the first time? I don't remember.
Well, I mean, he threatened to pull us out of NATO too, and he did. And he threatened to kick the UN out. And okay, so I don't want to sound like I am defending Trump when I say this. I kind of am, though. And I still don't like him. I still would prefer somebody else. And I am so fucking tired of him and his fanboys. But the guy had 2.5 good years.
Uh-huh. And then he got played. And again, that's the part that pisses me off the most about this, because we all kind of knew, and then so did a lot of other people that were using it. But again, he could have diffused a lot of this bullshit if he would have just said, "Hey, I get it now. I'm new to this. I knew the establishment was bad. I didn't know how bad it was. This is what's going on, and that's why the leprechaun of the Potomac is getting kicked out right now, live on the air. You're fired. Boot his ass out the door, right there in the middle of a press conference." That would have probably saved his presidency, because he could have started telling everybody, "This is what we know. This is what," because he knew probably within at least the first couple of months that Fauci was hip deep in all this shit. I guarantee you that's part of the reason why he let him stay. Because it was going to make him look stupid if the story broke.
Yeah, probably.
Because the ego that ate Manhattan can't have no bad press.
No, he cannot.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just over all of it. We can't have nice things.
We haven't even started yet.
I've said this over and over and over again. And look, I get it. There's still a lot of time till Super Tuesday. There could be a huge momentum shift somewhere. Please, God, if you're hearing me, huge momentum shift. Just saying.
Hutchmentum.
Because we could have a DeSantis presidency. DeSantis actually did in Florida the things that Trump said he wanted to do in America, and he can speak without sounding like a mob boss, and he doesn't have all the baggage. But no, we can't have DeSantis because the over 60 crowd is on revenge tour for the grumpy old men. If you look at the Iowa breakdown, that's the majority of the people, which is weird when you think about it. I don't know. The older I get, the less I want to be in the cold. These the fucking boomers were motivated, dude. And I guess in Iowa they lumped it was like 45 to 65 demographic, and I'm like, wait, and Stacey, I talked about this earlier. Like, wait a minute, part of that's Gen X. We're not boomers. What the fuck?
Right.
But yeah, I mean, a lot of the people that came out in Iowa were the 55 and older crowd. Those are the ones that seem like they're pushing him over the finish line in the primaries. And if the polling in New Hampshire is as accurate as the polling in Iowa, he's going to take it again. With somewhere near 50% of the overall vote. Haley is actually cleaning up in New Hampshire. Last polls I saw, as far as through RCP, had her at, I think, 37%. There are certain polls that show her within striking distance. And there's also, so far, an unconfirmed rumor that she will likely be his VP pick, even though everybody keeps saying no. I still honestly kind of want Moana.
There's going to be so much crow that both camps are going to have to eat if He says Haley's going to be his VP.
Well, I mean, the thing about it is there's no crow eating involved. Look what happened with Bollywood Beavis. Trump is like railing him one day, and then they're best friends the next day. Because nobody holds Trump accountable for anything. Because he's Trump.
He's chopping broccoli.
I did not.
I don't know why that just popped into my head, but it did.
Yeah, random thoughts are sometimes fun. I was kind of on fire with G's show today. He was like, "Dude, what's going on?" Because he's like, we're gonna do a double happy ending. I was like, I wish you would have told me. I have another trademark. Your threesome with G. Anyway, all right. Oh damn, it's already almost break time.
Wow, it is.
Wow.
Cool.
Funny thing is, I did the 2-hour show today, and I thought it went by really fast, and now I've done a couple of hour-long shows, and I'm like, damn, these go by even faster now that I'm doing this consistently again.
Right.
Oh, so much work, so little time. All right, so let me get that queued back up again, because I closed it like a dummy. I had it loaded. Why am I not? Wait, I bet it's over here. Because it probably defaulted to the wrong browser. Is that it? Nope, that's not it. All right, never mind. We'll just do this. Oh, it opened on the right browser. Go figure. All right.
Good.
So now, whoops. I did not mean to do that yet. I was trying to adjust it. Computer being dumbs. Although if I'd have thought about it, I could have just started talking because it would have auto-dropped. I keep forgetting that it does that when I talk.
You know.
Hey, it's a new thing. I figured out it actually works on the main board if I turn ducking on. Anytime I try to do it anywhere else, it just causes a horrendous echo.
Turn the ducking thing on.
Push the ducking button, Frank. All right, anyway. So, speaking of the ducking button, we're going to take a ducking break. We'll be right back. You are listening to The Rick and Ordy Show right here live on KLRNradio.com. Again, we are your closing act for Chat Lives Matter Night. So thank you so much for everybody who's hung out with us for 4 hours so far. Well, 3.5 and counting.
Team No Pants.
But we has more words. Yes, Team No Pants. I haven't given them a shout out yet today, so we should probably do that now. Speaking of which, it's like 30 degrees outside and I'm still wearing shorts because I do strongly and firmly represent Team No Pants. Just saying. We'll be right back.
My son was in the Army back during Desert Storm, but even then he wanted an MBA. He looked at a dozen schools, but only one offered the online education and flexibility he needed while he was in a tent in Iraq. Grantham University. Turns out that Grantham's been delivering affordable, relevant college and advanced degrees for over 65 years. Heck, if they can deliver a quality education to a soldier in a tent overseas, think about the flexibility Grantham can offer you so you can earn your degree too. It doesn't matter how complicated or full your life is, if getting a degree is on your bucket list, you'll want to do what my son did. You'll want to call Grantham. Find out how easy it is to get started on your education so you can check that college degree off your bucket list. Call Grantham right now, 800-910-1370. That's 800-910-1370. Flexible, affordable, relevant. Call 800-910-1370.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 $3 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-783-0810 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-783-0810. Again, that's 800-783-0810.
You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
Hi, I'm Mike, founder of DollarShaveClub.com. What is DollarShaveClub.com? Well, for $1 a month, we send high-quality razors right to your door. Yeah, $1. Are the blades any good? No. Our blades are f***ing great. Each razor has stainless steel blades, an aloe vera lubricating strip, and a pivot head. It's so gentle a toddler could use it. And do you like spending $20 a month on brand name razors? 19 go to Roger Federer. I'm good at tennis. And do you think your razor needs a vibrating handle, a flashlight, a back scratcher, and 10 blades? Your handsome-ass grandfather had 1 blade and polio. Looking good, pop up! Stop paying for shave tech you don't need. And stop forgetting to buy your blades every month. Alejandro and I are going to ship them right to you. We're not just selling razors, we're also making new jobs. Alejandro, what were you doing last month?
Not working.
What are you doing now?
Working.
I'm no Vanderbilt, but this train makes hay. So stop forgetting to buy your blades every month and start deciding where you're going to stack all those dollar bills I'm saving you. We are DollarShaveClub.com, and the party is on.
I know karate, I know jiu-jitsu, I drive like a gangster when I'm coming to see you, see you, see you, see you.
The following program contains coarse language and adult themes. Listener discretion is advised.
Too bad that Alan Beaker aren't doing parodies anymore. I'm pretty sure we could turn this into a parody of Could I Be Happy With Someone Else?
Right.
Anyway, I gotta find the volume again. Alright, there we go. The ducking only works so well, and then I still have to adjust volume as we go. Alright, anyway, we are back. We are live.
That ducking volume.
Yeah. Oh, anyway. Although, dear Otto, if you're listening, it's never ducking. Just saying.
Ever. Never in my life have I meant to say ducking.
All right, so yeah, it's been, like I said, it's been an interesting day. Lots of news, lots of things that people should be talking about. Instead, most of the bigger talking heads are bloviating about the fact that MSNBC and CNN turned away from the Iowa victory speech. I'm like, are you surprised?
Well, I mean, they got so much shit for spending hours looking at an empty tarmac waiting for his plane to land when, like, Ted Cruz and Bernie Sanders and everybody else was having a rally or a Trump stump speech, and so, yeah. But no, of course they
But yeah, I mean, it's an election cycle, so I guess Mad Cow's going to be back in the news. I need to go find that whole thing that I put together one time that has like the cowbell ringing in, and then the dude yelling needs more cowbell, and then fades back out to the cowbell being super loud again. And then the moo. I put one together once. Now I can't. Problem is, I have like 15 years worth of little bits that I've put together on this hard drive, and I've come up with different ways to save them over the years, so now I can't remember how I saved some of the older shit. And I'm like, damn it, I can't find it anymore. Man, anyway. It didn't used to be a problem. I used to be able to remember almost everything. I think my hard drive's getting full.
Welcome to age. Yeah, your personal one, not your computer.
No, I have like 4 separate computer hard drives. I wish that was possible for the human brain. I'm just saying. Just plug in like extra storage. Oh, but yeah. So anyway, yeah. What's been grinding your gears?
Okay, well, I'm still trying to figure out. Well, we're getting back on the WEF thing again. What was with the? Maybe someone else saw it and can explain it, and just mention it in chat. What was the chick from Hogwarts with the woman who went and coughed in everyone's face?
I didn't see that part, so I have no idea. But now I have to go look for it later.
Yeah, so it's like a tweet I saw. Here's how this is. What's the scene is going on people's heads. Native woman, neat. Now I get to show off my culture. Woman who has got the native woman on stage. Good. Now everyone knows how special I am for getting this woman on stage for doing this. Now everyone else is being coughed on. I'm just waiting for all the symptoms to hit in a few days, and everybody at the WEF die of something.
I mean, there have been movies that have started this way. I'm just saying.
It needs to happen. It would be like, that poetic justice for COVID, that those who were responsible for locking us all down for a year suddenly just drop dead from some virus that only affects people who, I don't know, travel privately. I some common theme at WEF that them and only them would die from.
All I'm saying is, I know it means something, and I know it's an abbreviation, but they really missed the mark. They should have figured out a way to call it the WTF. I'm just saying.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Oh.
Yeah, because I can't think of anything.
But yeah, so
World Taxation Forum.
Interesting little side note here, just to show you exactly how much trouble the Biden campaign is in, and also kind of speaking of the WEF thing.
You're just going to keep talking, okay?
Wait, what did I miss? I missed something.
I said World Taxation Forum.
Oh, there we go. That I didn't hear you. That is also no. See, that would have worked.
There you go.
But then again.
I'm sorry. What were you saying?
Yeah,
I've gotten over my angst now.
They won't admit that because they don't want you to think of taxation because it's bad. Anyway, John Kerry's back in the news. One, because the Biden administration is removing him as climate czar, which I'm confused. I thought Kamala was the climate/border czar.
Well, she was until they needed to fire somebody, and then Kerry.
But yeah, so now John F. and Kerry is back in the news, and he was recently interviewed, I think actually from the WEF. Somebody tracked him down. Was like, so do you feel like a hypocrite talking about all these people, telling all these people what they need to do to make greenhouse gases better and this, that, and the other, and you flew here on a private jet? He's like, stop asking stupid questions.
Well, he obviously doesn't feel like a hypocrite because he knows it's all bullshit.
See, and I know we've talked about this before, but I have to bring this up again. Everybody that's telling you that the world is going to be gone in 10 years doesn't actually believe it, or the Obamas wouldn't own houses on both coasts.
Yeah, you are the carbon they want to reduce.
It's all an excuse, and I talked about this a little bit with G as a cut-in because he kind of touched the subject, but and this could almost make a juxtaposition episode if it didn't break our cardinal rule of trying not to talk about politics because it's too recent, so it wouldn't work. But it dawned on me the other day after doing some research and after seeing what they've done with like the gender movement and everything else. They have been playing us for decades. The entire feminist movement was a government operation to get women out of the house so that the school could raise kids.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
I'm with you.
Because I mean, and the thing that tied it back together is and finished the epiphany for me, and which is why I talked about it a little bit during G Show. I normally try not to unmute the mic when I'm producing, but I really couldn't help myself then. Is he's talking about this school that parents were, took the school to court because of their gender affirming program with kids, and how kids don't, parents don't have to be told that their kids want to use different pronouns at school, and that they're starting to try to see what they can do to transition. So, and this is what solidified it for me. The people that brought the lawsuit didn't have any kids that were actually wanting to transition, so the court said their complaint had no standing.
Okay.
So, I'm just like, so the school stance is you don't really have rights about what happens when your kids are in our school. And then the court's like, well, since it's not one of your kids, your case doesn't have any standing with us, so we're not even going to bother to hear
it. We shooting yet?
Dude, I hate to say this on forums like this, because at some point somebody's going to hear it, and I'm probably going to get sued, but I have been asking myself that same question for like months now.
Yeah, I try to. I really do try to avoid it. FBI. It was just a joke, especially UNSA and my alarm clock magic house controlling device. But yeah.
But I mean, dude, think about this. Our founding fathers went to war over a 3% tax on a breakfast beverage.
Yep. I know, that's my line.
I know, that's why I stole it. You usually beat me to it. But I'm like, so, I mean, have we really lost so much testosterone in almost 300 years that we just don't even give a shit anymore, that we're being bent over the table and not even being given any lube? I mean, is that really where we are? I would like to think not, but I'm starting to feel like that's where we are. Because, I mean, every time we turn around, there's a new tax. There's a new fee. I mean, I've said this before. I remember when the live-action version of Popeye came out, and the tax collector dude was talking about the convenience fees and this and that, and the 10% for this.
And he was the bad guy.
And the 3% for that. And as a kid, me, my cousins, and everybody were watching it. There's probably about the third or fourth time I've watched it. It was at my cousin's house. And we're just laughing about how asinine the whole concept sounded. And now here we sit, probably 35, 37 years later, maybe-ish, and everything that they joked about in the Popeye movie is an actual thing now.
Yeah.
I don't usually listen to much of anything that Andrew Tate says, but for some reason, I guess because I've been doing financial literacy research, he keeps popping up in my feeds when I'm, like, scrolling.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, me too. But the one thing that I will say that didn't really occur to me until he said it was, like, say, for example, you go to the grocery store. You buy $50 worth of stuff. You pay $50 in cash. The grocer then takes that $50, or whoever, made the money off of you, goes to the barbershop, pays for a haircut, pays for the haircut, leaves a tip. $50 has now changed hands 3 times, and it's still $50. But if you go to a store and you pay $50 with a card, then the bank gets anywhere from 1.5 to 3%. And then when the grocer goes to the haircut place, he gets another, he pays with a card. The bank gets another 1.5 to 3%. And then on down the line, the barber takes that money, goes and pays with a card. So within 7, 8, 9 transactions, the $50 is at the bank now. They've absorbed the whole thing. Kind of maybe explains why they want to get rid of cash.
Yeah.
Just saying. So yes,
they can trickle those fees in all over the place, and you don't notice it.
Even assholes like Andrew Tate can be right at least twice a day, because they're pretty much broken clocks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm honestly disillusioned with a lot of stuff because, I've been on this health kick actually even since before the wife left, but even more so now. And I've been looking at all this shit that they push as, supposedly healthy for you. Like almond milk, because it's supposedly so much better than cow's milk. You realize almond milk is like 20% freaking fructose corn syrup shit?
Probably.
Yeah, that's not healthy.
Okay, well, first of all, it's not milk; it's juice.
Well,
I mean, I don't know a lot, but I know you got to have a teat for milk to come from.
I guess I was gonna say there are other euphemisms for milk, but that usually requires touching things you don't necessarily want to be drinking. But yeah, no, it's just the whole thing is just dumb. Like half the stuff they market as health stuff is so full of calories and everything else that it doesn't even qualify. And then the weirdest thing is like going down the whole GMO thing, which didn't really seem like a big deal at first because, plant husbandry has been a thing for like a long time. I know that's not the word they use for it. I can't think of the one they actually use. But we've been like cross-pollinating plants and shit to supposedly make them better for a long time. But now they're on this big kick where they're taking the seeds out of everything because they don't want you to be able to grow your own shit.
Sure.
And it said, well, kids can eat the grapes better without the seeds in them. No, it's because they don't. They want you to have to go to the grocery store. Because if you have to go to the grocery store, eventually they're going to start supplementing what you eat with bugs. They've already told you. And you're going to like it. Otherwise, you're a commie.
Yeah, so... We shooting yet?
Yeah,
Anyway, so... Yeah. I was trying to be a little too quiet with that one, but... So, what are you watching?
Honestly, not really much of anything lately, except for a lot of political stuff. Usually by the time I get done, I usually turn on the radio or start either listening to or read a book. But again, that's primarily because I noticed when I got sick that one time, when I was down for almost 3 weeks, anytime I started watching TV, I just became completely unmotivated. Just kept wanting to just sit there and watch TV. I'm like, yeah, I got to start turning this shit off, or I'm never going to get anything done. Plus, I'm trying to break myself of having the light shining in my face all night because it's annoying as fuck. Anyway, I have been watching a little bit, just not as much. I'm trying to...
Okay, I've noticed one thing.
What's that?
Along with what you just said too. I still like fall asleep, through the white noise of television, but the glow of television it never used to bother me. I used to be able to just sleep right through it. Now it's like a light burning into my retina, and I have to turn it off. I've actually gotten to the point where it's like I've hooked my TV up to my Echo.
Yeah.
To turn my TV off because I don't want to look for the remote because it's like turning off the Fire Stick is one thing, but the TV's black glow stays on, and holy fuck, does that annoy the piss out of me now.
Well, I think it's something weird that they've done with the lighting to try to help with all the screen burn shit. I don't know. I noticed the same thing. It's like the black screen didn't used to seem as bright. Now it wants to burn holes in your retinas, which is.
I mean, to actually make it through my eyelids to the point where it's like, God, what is that? And the thing is that bugs me more. I now have my morning routine set up to turn my bedroom lights on too, so that way I can only ignore the alarm for so long before it's really fucking bright in my room. So, but it's actually the TV is brighter than that.
Yeah. So I have a question, and if not, why not? Have you renamed your Echo NSA yet?
No.
No fun.
I should. But
or wiretap, that's even better.
Yeah. See, NSA, can dogs eat pancakes?
Oh, my dad actually...
I wish I could give her a British accent.
Yeah, my brother actually helped my dad rename his to wiretap, which is funny.
That's good. Nice. I still, I used to say this on Cyber Chill a lot, and I still say it. The people who say they would never have one of those in their house.
You have one in your phone.
Yeah, I was going to say, you walk around with one in your front pocket or wherever you keep your phone all day long. At least I have to go outside.
Well, so here was my thought with that, right? So way back in the day, right? My argument to that used to be, if I don't want my phone to listen to me, I can take the battery out. They fixed that shit too.
You can't.
If you notice, certain phones made after a certain year, they are completely enclosed units now. And if you think just by turning it off it's not listening to you anymore, you're fucking retarded.
See, and those of us who have built computers for years know that anyway, because, I mean, even if you unplug your computer, it still has the CMOS battery. And that's enough to charge your motherboard. Not for a long duration. You're not going to boot off of it. But if there's any surveillance, EPROMs on your motherboard, it's enough to power them.
Yeah. But, I mean, yeah, and that's honestly one of the reasons why, I honestly was, completely averse to the idea, and my ex-wife was, at least according to her, even more averse to the idea until we divorced, and then the first Christmas we were separated, she bought Jesse and Alexa. I'm like, wait a minute, I thought you hated these things. Why did you buy one for my kid?
Right.
And then I got to thinking about it, I was like, well, it's not like I can take the battery out anymore, which is just another way for them to make sure they can actually track you, by the way. Thank you for all the people that decided to make TV realistic and show, the bad guys and sometimes even the good guys taking the batteries out of the phones so they couldn't be tracked. You said the quiet part out loud. We should have never done that.
Yeah. Don't help. Don't help the feds.
I was going to say, do not help the feds. Yeah. Despite what they try to tell you, they are not on our side.
No.
Oh, one more quick.
Nothing good ever comes from government.
One more quick hit before we start wrapping up, because this one will be right up your alley. I don't know if you've heard about this yet, but there is a group of small fishermen or small business owner fishermen that are fighting the feds.
Are they like midgets?
All the way to the Supreme Court, because not only are there regulations that have been passed by the federal government that are stifling their ability to make a living, the government is now forcing them to pay the federal agents that come on to do the inspections to make sure they are living up to those new regulations. And they're like, no, fuck you, we're going to court. So we kind of have it. We have the beginnings of what may shape up to a new Boston Tea Party soon if things don't change. Maybe. Maybe.
The Nantucket Fish Party?
The Nantucket Fed Fry.
Right, nice.
Telling you, for some reason I'm on a roll today. I think it's because I've been writing more.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I actually saw I noticed today when I was driving, I got the notification that you wrote an article for Loftus.
Yeah, it's been a minute. And I'm just being honest with everybody. I'm supposed to do at least 2 or 3 of those a month, but his interface pisses me off. And even on that
You're
one,
about to say back end.
Yeah, I was, but then I was like, Jeff's probably in the chat, and you'll say giggity, and then I have to push the button, and no. But yeah, no, I really, I wish I had kept up with the coding stuff that I used to do back in the day, and the website building stuff that I used to do back in the day, because he's got so many different plugins going on all at once. Even doing that article yesterday, I wound up in something I'd never even seen before and then couldn't figure out how to get back to where I could put a feature image until after I'd already published. And then I realized I didn't explain part of the article very well and was going to go back in and fix it. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to leave it. Because I had put a reference in there about, Americans are more angry than we've ever seen, and I actually meant, because I'm used to writing for Twitchy, we can't say I unless it's VIP, and I didn't even realize it, and then somebody pointed out, well, there was the Civil War, and I was like, yeah, I actually meant we, as in, within my lifetime, but,
the collective we, the royal we. Yeah, Jeff, I was just about to ask too. I said, is that one that we built?
No.
It's not.
No, it's not.
Because I know we were working on it for a while, and then I stopped getting my my money.
Yeah.
So
yeah, which is honestly the other reason why I decided to finally put out an article. He actually paid me a little bit around Christmas. I was like, hey, I'll do some work for you again.
No, this is for the web work.
No, I know, but yeah.
So we must have stopped doing it when we stopped getting money.
Yeah, I'm sure you probably did. I mean, Jeff still does little things when he gets asked, but I think that's only because usually I'm the one asking.
Can you unfuck this?
No. That website cannot be unfucked unless it gets started over. Just ask Jeff what that back end looks like. Just saying. Anyway, I guess we did get a later start, so we're not as far along as I thought we were. But I know you have to work tomorrow, so.
Yes, I do.
And I have a roommate that apparently needs to be picked up from the hospital now, so we probably should go ahead and wrap.
Well, I mean, I'm glad you asked, but I'm currently watching nothing.
But I was going to say I did actually ask, and that's when we went on.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
No, I'm still really okay. Again, no reflection on the show whatsoever. It is more of a reflection on my exhaustion, but I've watched the first 30 minutes of the second season of Shadow and Bones. Just, yeah.
I have watched the first 30 minutes of the first episode of the second season of Shadow and Bones, so many that I can now quote it. Yeah, no. Honestly, I would see. This is no reflection, but you and I, we have tastes that overlap at times, and then other times it's just like, not really. So there's been things that you've recommended that I have barely been able to make it through. So I put off watching Shadow and Bone for a very, very long time, and then during that time that I was super sick and had insomnia again, I watched like the entire 2 seasons in like 3 days because I wasn't moving and wasn't sleeping. So I was like, hey, he told me about one that I actually like. I still can't get into Carnival Row, by the way. I've tried.
Okay, that was a wrong one, and it is good. You just gotta once you peel, Orlando Bloom not being Legolas from your brain.
That's not possible. That's impossible. But anyway, no, I know what you mean. So another one.
Actually, really quick about that, Jeff. It's funny that the unaired episode of Culture Shift that we didn't get to do last weekend, we'll probably do next week. We're doing a rundown of the hottest shows of 2023, and Blue Eyed Samurai is like in the top 5. So, and yes, also ITC this weekend. Damn it.
But yeah, no, Jeff has been talking that up in a couple of groups that we have in common, and it's one of the ones I keep meaning to turn on. But since I've been trying not to fall asleep watching TV and then usually get up and start working almost immediately anymore, and I haven't really, I don't know. I think this weekend I may take a little bit of time off and turn the TV back on again. It's just since I'm actually working productively again, I don't really want to fuck anything up. All right, but on that note, because he's been talking about that one too, and I was like, it sounds good. I don't know. I think my last foray into Netflix, I was super disappointed because the whole Rebel Moon thing came out, and everybody was like, "Oh my god, it's amazing!" That whole fucking movie's trash. I hate people.
Yeah,
I hate people.
People are the worst. People were a bad idea.
It's like if Star Wars, Spaceballs, and the worst written movie ever all had a baby. Because it's about how much sense it made. But anyway, I mean, at least when J.K. Rowling stole Star Wars, she made it make sense.
Well, yeah, but I mean, even Star Wars was stolen from Kurosawa.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, we should probably get out of here because my roommate's already blown up my phone like 3 times. So,
well, then tell her to get on. Anyway.
Where can folks find you, sir?
You can find me on Twitter as Ordnance Packard. You can find me Saturday night. You and I will be doing Juxtaposition, and then you can find me in the chat on Sunday listening to ITC, and then I think I'm on Manorama on Tuesday next week. Do we have? Is there a caucus on Monday?
No, there is an election. There's a primary on Tuesday. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I will be there.
Fine. Go hang out with the other guys instead.
I may be there. I don't know.
I'm just messing with you. It doesn't matter.
For me.
No, if you were already invited there and they want you there, then if you've already told them you would be there, then as I tell my kids, you already made a prior commitment. Keep your word.
Yeah, but I could do both.
That's what she said.
How about you? Where can people not find you?
Nowhere. So tomorrow afternoon, doing the Rick Robinson show from 3 to 5, which is now Monday through Friday, 3 to 5 Eastern. Then 7 Eastern, doing the America Off the Rails show, and then taking a break, and then coming back 10 Eastern, hopefully doing Jen and Rick, because we've taken a few weeks off there. And then filling in for Aggie with Aggie for Mickey on He Said She Said. And then me and you in Juxtaposition. Other than that, you can find me at RowdyRick73 on most social media platforms, on a little website known as Twitchy, and also on the Office Party and the executive producer of the Office Party podcast. because I'm apparently an insane workaholic who has no idea why I do all the shit that I do. When I stop to think about what doing all the shit that I do. But on that note,
because it's fun,
we gotta go. Bye, everybody.
Hail Hydra.